make it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if we getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like, immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing this 50s like, hated to love it, I just can't get enough. Labels keep calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said, oh my.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field.
Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Jones.
Got his man, it's Bo Melton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. And gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. And really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of
that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Jones. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, and the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Ready, break.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
Buying time to his left. The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
Zero hesitation that time. He just got it and put it out in the right flat. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Well, you know how hard these quarterbacks nowadays work on just getting the ball in their hands and making a quick decision and throwing the football. Didn't work out in this case.
Lance looks to throw again.
Open man is Samuel, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
First down, here's Mitchell. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 39, Lance.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Throwing his lance on third down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. You're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first. Play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Off play action. Jones. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, 49 yards.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. They will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
From the 40 now on second down, Lance. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Working from the gun, Lance. That's into it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Quickly out wide to Eskridge.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jones off the bootleg.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
Here we go.
Slot man moves right.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Again, Walker.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Jones. intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Lance looking to throw it. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly some in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys here, they've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
He'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense. made the play. We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Now he dumps this off over the middle.
22-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 22, Lance. That's Samuel, caught left side.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers are back within a score.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line. We're in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. Lance going to try to throw for this.
Flush to his right. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Right there, 54. You're not ready.
Looking to throw. Jones to the right side and complete to Metcalf. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now Jones, off play action. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in a game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He'll buy some time right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here's Lance.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Going quickly out to the right side. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Mitchell is in. Touchdown, 49ers. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw caught here by Metcalf.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a 1st down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
From the 16, Jones sliding out of the pocket. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 14 yards that time for number 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Oh, they go with a tight. They held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. To throw is Jones. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. For the lead, here's third and goal. They'll try and run, Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Lance back to throw.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just